everyone, it's Bloom here, and welcome to my Let's Play of Turtlehead. This is an RPG Maker game released in 2016 by Pikasprey. I wanted to do this for a while, but I never really got around to it. And I first played it when it was first released in 2016, and I was honestly very impressed. I thought it's extremely good for what it was. The creator obviously has a very good grasp on horror, and there's a lot of little things that I like about this game. So I want to go through it with you, and I hope you enjoyed as much as I did. It is completely free, and you can download it in the link in the description right now. For best game experience, it is recommended to play in a dark room with headphones, as you do. Come on, guys! Pick up the pace, why don't you? Could use a few commas. Give it a rest, Emma. We're not supposed to even be here anyway. Yeah, if you don't want to come, then just go home already, Mason. Sigh. Then who would be around to stop you from getting arrested? Laughs. You worry too much. Try being a little more adventurous. All of the artwork and stuff is hand-drawn, so we don't have to deal with the overused RPG Maker sprites, which I think is a very nice touch. Well, here we are. The atmosphere sure is a whole lot different here at night. Why are all the lights still on? It's nearly midnight. The janitor is supposed to be here in about an hour. I guess it's for their benefit. What the hell, Emma? You never said anything about that. Calm down, would you? We won't even be here that long. I swear, if you hadn't dragged Harriet into this as well, I'd leave you to get yourself into trouble. Whatever. I didn't force either of you to come. Such a child. Alright, let's just get this over with. What was so important that you had to sneak into school so late to do it? What better time to try and photograph the ghost than now? I had a feeling this had something to do with that dumb rumor. I'll search the upper floors. Mason, you can check the halls to the right. Harriet, you'll look around the entrance while keeping lookout on the front door for us. Now you're just ignoring me. If anyone spots any signs of the ghost, call for me right away. What a pain. Say, Harriet, you've been fiddling around with something in your pocket since we got here. Is something wrong? I see. Sorry, I won't pry if you don't want me to. Anyways, I think it's about time I got started. I don't know what Emma's thinking, but we could get into some serious crap if we're caught. Try and be cautious if you're gonna look around Harriet. Oh, around Harriet. Again, commas could be nice. But that's an easy fix. Pretty standard setting of sneaking into an abandoned building, in order to, and just getting yourself into a scary situation. But I will never get tired of that. I will never get tired of the trope of just people going into an obviously dangerous place and getting trapped in there. You should look around some more. Oh, and there is a letter in your pocket. Come to the school tonight. I'll show you my favorite flower. All of this is just leftover from the RPG template. If you get caught, you die instantly. A fire extinguisher. So everything is still very simply drawn, and I really like that. I really get tired of seeing the same RPG Maker sprites and assets over and over again. Information on upcoming school events is posted on the board. None of it is important to you. Oh, I have auto dash on, which is really gonna help us when we are being chased. One of the cabinet drawers is locked. It requires a combination to open. That's not correct. Yes, I know. There's something written here. Memo to Dale. The combination has to be entered as MD. It shouldn't be too hard to remember your own birthday. The door is locked. The drawers contain all sorts of paper and documents. None of them are of any importance to you. The locker is completely empty. It looks like there is enough room for a person to fit inside. So this game is inspired directly by games like Clock Tower and Ao Oni. I love Clock Tower. I just did a Let's Play of Clock Tower. I hate Ao Oni with a burning passion, and I can't remember why. I know I thought it was just a very poorly made, super overrated game, but I haven't played it in like years and years, and I don't remember any of it. But being inspired by that game doesn't really mean that it's gonna have the same problems. Although it does have one of the same problems as Ao Oni does, and I'll get to that during the chase scenes. Oh, hey, Harriet. Say, you don't actually believe in any of Emma's nonsense, do you? I know that people have seen some strange things around here recently, but I still think it's silly to say that there's a ghost around. I guess either way, though, I'd better hurry up so we can get out of here. See you around. Mason is already searching this area. There is a key on the floor. Picked up hallway key. There is no need to mess around in the cafeteria while you're here. Cafeteria. Oh, as I was saying, if you're talking about like RPG Maker horror games, I think that Ao Oni is just I hate that game so much, but I can't remember why. Maybe one day we'll get to it. You don't need to go right now. 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 The stall is locked. You can see something on the ground inside the stall, but it is too far for you to reach with your hands. You don't need to go right now. You don't need to go right now. You don't need to go right now. I examine everything when I play games. The desk is filled with various office supplies. The drawers are filled with pens and paperwork. Must examine everything. There is a calendar on the wall. Halloween, happy birthday, Mr. Dale. PD Day. What does PD mean? Anyway, October 26th, so 10/26 is the combination. It opened. There's a key inside. Picked up office key. I think one problem with this game, and it's not a huge criticism because your goal when it comes to these games is just to like explore every room generally, but you just keep finding keys, and I think it's better to like mix things up a little. Like, what if one of the doors is locked with like there's gum stuck in it, and you go find some alcohol to remove the gum? That's a bad example, but I think there's other ways to like make the gameplay revolve around you getting into certain rooms and exploring someplace without it being just finding a bunch of keys. You don't need to go upstairs right now, but I guess it serves the same purpose. Items are used automatically, which is good. The door is locked. Teacher's lounge. The doors are locked. You think you can see something through the window. Ah. Very good sound design, very good grasp on horror for an RPG Maker game. There is nothing there now. Oh, and when you die, you go back to your last save. Or, well, you have to load from a save point. What did I just get? Oh, I got the key. See, I can't remember which keys I got because It's confusing because there's so many of them. The sign has the principal's name on it. All sorts of different books on the shelf. There is nothing of interest in the cabinet. There is something written here. Even after all these months, I can see that the students are still suffering. But how could they not? The police still have no leads and haven't made any progress in their investigations. What happened has completely shaken this community. Even if the one responsible were to be brought to justice tomorrow, I fear that it is already too late and that the worst has already happened. Hey, Harriet, where are you? You can hear Emma shouting from nearby. Where is nearby? Oh, there. There you are, Harriet. I've been looking all over for you. Unfortunately, I couldn't find anything. I wish we could stay a bit longer, but Mason would probably throw another fit. Let's go find him and go home now. What? Hey, Harriet, was this always here? I don't believe this. There's chains all around the handles. Huh? You're sure? Mason went through here earlier? I swear, if that idiot's trying to prank me, I won't forgive him. I'll go around from upstairs and see if I can find him. Just wait for us outside. I'm sure it'll only take a second. Some footstep sounds might be nice. The door won't open. Looking through the window, you can see that there are chains around the handles on the outside. Upstairs. There is something written here. It looks like a page from a diary. Read. The other day, when I was getting ready to leave, I spotted an unfamiliar man standing at the end of the hall. I didn't get a good look at him as he was so far away, but the instant his head turned towards me, he took off running. Of course, I gave chase, but I lost track of the guy fast. I let the other faculty know about it, and we called the police. Unfortunately, they couldn't find him after a long search of the area. I don't know what he was doing here, but what I find the most troubling was that when I saw him, he was standing outside of Miss Lily's classroom, as if he had just come out of it. None of us know if this incident has anything to do with what happened earlier this year, or if it was just a coincidence. Either way, I'm going to be more alert from now on. Textbooks of various subjects are on the shelf. The room is small and completely pitch black. There is no point searching in there without a light source. The desk drawer is locked. The cabinet is filled with a few books and school supplies. The door won't open. There is a wire tied around the doorknob. Most of the problems you encounter with, like, badly made RPG Maker games is that the map is, like, way too big. Or a lot of horror RPG Maker games I've played have that issue. This is not an issue here, which made it stand out. Oh, shit. Oh, can I go back upstairs? You should check on Emma and Mason. nice sound design. So there's only one place you can hide in every single scenario where you're being chased. But honestly, I think of this game as more like a prototype or kind of an experiment to another game that could be made that's exactly like it. So this game could be made like again with like, I don't know, Pikasprey could make another game that's a lot like this but with different hiding spots. But that's not the main problem I have with the chase scenes. And this isn't exclusive to this game. This problem is not exclusive to this game. Enemies in chase games should not be as fast as you. They should not be as fast as you. Haunting Ground is the only game I know of that actually did this right, with the enemies walking, like kind of like half your speed or 2/3 the speed that you can go. Because the horror in that game, and again, it's the only Clock Tower game that did it right. Not that I don't love the other Clock Tower games, because I do. What was I saying? There was a key on the ground. Picked up desk key. Enemies should not be as fast as you, because then the horror in the game comes from, oh no, am I accidentally gonna get caught on a corner, and then once I turn, the enemy's gonna get me. And it especially doesn't work as well with like RPG Maker graphics and like this 2D stuff where you can only go 4 different directions. But like, there's a chase scene later in this game where it's probably going to take me like 10 attempts, because it's so hard because of, well, you'll see. But I stand by this. Enemies in horror games should not be as fast as you. At least not this type of horror game. They should not be as fast as you. The horror of the game should be discovering, and thinking hard about, like, where can I hide? Or, is the enemy gonna find me or not? Not, oh no, I got caught on a corner, and now the enemy's gonna get me because I reacted 0.001 second too late. And Ao Oni had that same problem. That was one of the main reasons I think I didn't like it, but we're not talking about Ao Oni right now. Just went on kind of a tangent there. Didn't make much sense. Okay. And all the chase points in this game are scripted. I don't have a huge issue with that. Just because it kind of reminds me of the old Clock Tower, which is, of course, one of the main inspirations for this game. I love the irony of the first aid kit on the wall. A first aid kit is on the wall. There is not much you can do with it now. There is a key on the table. Picked up classroom key. Another key. Mason isn't moving. Nothing but medical files. You don't need anything from here. There is a flashlight on the desk. It doesn't have any batteries. There is no reason to take it.
Harriet! Thank God you're all right. You saw him, right? The man in the mask? And what he did to Mason? We need to get out of here now. What? The exit is sealed off? Then what are we supposed to... Huh? You'll look for another way out? But that man is still wandering around. It's too dangerous. But I guess there isn't anything we can do about it. I'm sorry. I want to go with you, but I'm too afraid to go back out there. I'll hide in here while you try and find a way out of the building.
That's selfish.
Please be careful, Harriet.
Okay. handles are chained on the other side of the door. What items do I have? Classroom key. There is a lot of writing here. Read? There have been a lot of rumors among the students lately. Supposedly during the late hours of the night, people have claimed to see an oddly shaped figure standing at some of the windows. In addition to that, some have even said that you can hear the sounds of someone screaming from the inside. Of course, at first I didn't believe any of this. It was likely that everyone was just scared and paranoid after everything that's happened. But now I really don't know what to think. The other day I was having a drink with Sam. He told me that when he was driving home from his graveyard shift that night before, he saw someone standing at a window on the top floor of the school. Sam has always been the no-nonsense type, so I don't doubt what he says. And considering the time he says he saw this, there shouldn't have been anyone in the building, not even the custodian. If what Sam saw wasn't just his mind playing tricks on him, then... improper use of van, does... And the only reason I find that funny is because at the beginning they use the improper use of then. So, like, just switch those around. Then, does that mean that there's actually been someone wandering around the school every night? But if that's true, then what the hell are those sounds people have been hearing? Sure is lucky that everyone just kind of writes down their thoughts that tell me the story, but... Picked up a chalkboard pointer. Many different math and science textbooks on the shelf. If I start criticizing that, then I'd have to criticize, every single horror game that functions the same way. The doors are locked. Library. Use the classroom key. There is blood on the floor here. Look underneath the desk. You can just make out the shape of a key in the darkness. Reach for it. You managed to reach the key. Obtain bloody key. Where did this blood come from? Another nice little moment. This game is full of those. Discarded the classroom key, and once an item is of no more use to you, it is discarded automatically, and I really like that as well. There is a piece of paper sticking out between some books. See you soon. Ah! That reminds me of the fax machine scare in Clock Tower, the sequel, Clock Tower 2. The radio is emitting nothing but static. If you had a screwdriver, you could take out its battery. Let's go get... Nope. Go back to the boys' bathroom. Little bit of an issue with places looking the same. But that's a very easy fix, honestly. I think you could just have, like, on the wall, there's, like, posters, different posters in each hallway, so you can tell where you've been. Or, like, you can tell the difference between each hallway. You don't need to go... Wait, no. It's the girls' bathroom. Using the chalkboard pointer, you were able to reach what was on the floor of the stall. Picked up a screwdriver. A lot of tiny little fixes like that could make the game... Well, I already think the game is very good for what it is. Like, I'm still very impressed by it, but, definitely think, like, stuff like putting posters on the walls, maybe, footsteps could make everything so much better. Unscrewed the back of the radio. Got a battery. Um, I know exactly when the monster is gonna show up. I mean, not a monster. It's just a guy in a mask. Or is it? Is gonna show up because I played this game before, like twice. But you, honestly, if we were like, if I didn't know, I'd just be constantly saving after I do everything. That's what I did the first time. Damn it! I forgot where the what was I looking for? Oh. Notices about upcoming staff meetings are posted on the board. The shelf is filled with dictionaries and textbooks. There is a piece of paper here. I recognize that. It's empty. Nothing but a few pens and pencils are in the drawer. Why is that? Why was the key bloody? Oh yeah. Ugh. No, not here either. So everything looks the same, so I keep having to go in and out of each room. Oh, and whenever you go into a room, you have to press the action button in order to open the door, which is a bit of a pain when you're being chased. That's why I have auto dash on, so I don't have to keep two buttons held down at the same time. Oh. This looks like the place that was marked on that paper. There is a key placed inside the desk. And another key. Picked up hallway key. There really is a pretty long... Oh, shit, I missed it because I just panicked and walked back here, but you would have seen the masked guy running through here and into the library. That freaked me out. Let me save. Very effective horror. And that's the important part when it comes to horror game design, is that like actually scaring your players, not like all these tiny little things that could make the game better, like stuff I've been mentioning. Like stuff I've been mentioning, it's all very easy fixes. This game is really very good. I like it a lot. Hey Emma, how are you? Okay. I do think the characters in this game are very likable, you know, from what little we see of them. But it is kind of cowardly of Emma to be like, okay, you go look around. Especially since Harriet seems to be like a bit of a shrinking violet. What was I doing? Oh my gosh, I've just been wandering around doing nothing for the past 5 minutes. It's because I can't remember where these keys go to. Ah, use the desk key. There's a battery in the desk. Picked up a battery. There are also some documents in the drawer. Read. I can't believe they're delaying the demolition again. Don't they know how dangerous that place is? It's been years since the school used that old building, and I can't understand why it's taking so long to get rid of it. I'm seriously worried that one of these days some students will sneak in there and get hurt. Although it's not the current building is that much better. I think we're long overdue for some renovations. Again, very small fixes you could make with the grammar and stuff. This is only version 1, as it said on the opening screen. but I don't think it really needed to be updated. It's not like there are any serious glitches in here. Just wire around these doors. And I got to talking again, so I completely forgot what I was doing. Oh yeah, I need to go back to... Go around. Get the flashlight. Oops. Turned on the flashlight. There is a note on the ground. You goddamn idiot. Have you seen the news lately? All they go on about is how so many pets have gone missing. If you keep this up, it'll only be a matter of time before the cops start sniffing around. If they end up going into that old building, then we're both screwed. Find some squirrels in the woods behind the school for all I care. Just stay the hell away from town from now on. There is nothing of interest in the desk. There's a key inside the cabinet. Another key. Toolbox key. Where's the toolbox? I already forgot where the toolbox was. And there's nothing in any of these lockers ever. Oh, I'm so dumb. We haven't even gotten to the second chase yet. No toolbox. And, school key. A set of double doors. Okay. Well, that tells me. Oh, over here. Duh. Artwork by students is displayed here. Some art supplies are on the table. Nothing inside. There's an old newspaper here. Read. Teacher missing. Marina Lilly, 25, was last seen on the night of January 16th at her job as a teacher at the local high school. She had reportedly told other faculty members that she would be staying late to finish up some work, but come the next day she did not show up for morning classes, and no one could get in contact with her. It was quickly discovered that her vehicle was still in the parking lot of the school from the night before. As well, a small amount of blood was found on the ground nearby. Police believe that someone may have assaulted her while she was on her way to her car that night. Unfortunately, there is nothing to indicate the whereabouts of Lily or her assailant after this. Authorities have not confirmed whether or not this incident is related to the disappearance of two young girls that were students at the same school that took place last year. Anyone with information related to this case is strongly urged to come forward. An easel with a blank canvas. An easel with a blank canvas. An easel with a blank canvas. An easel with... Okay. Surprise! The cabinet is filled with home ec equipment. There's no need to mess around with the oven right now. There's something here. The answer is in the men's room. That's not suspicious at all. Let's go. It's very nice of someone to leave me a hint like that. Good thing there's only one men's room in this entire school. Surprise! There's no way to get away from that. Alright. The answer is actually right here. A few papers are on the desk. One of them sticks out in particular. 4619. That's the only thing that it could be. The locker is locked. Oh, 4619. You unlocked it. The locker is filled with books. Placed on top of one of them is a key! Again! Picked up basement key. Uh-oh. Gotta go in the basement now. I do think there could be another chase in between the first one and the next one, since it's quite a lot. But I guess it's just the anticipation, the not knowing the first time you play what's gonna happen. Use the basement key. There is a piece of paper on the ground. Read. Memo from custodian, March 4th. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I think we might have a vermin problem. The other night when I was mopping up the halls on the first floor, I heard a strange noise. It sounded like a dying rodent. After a little bit of searching, I realized the noises were coming from the air vents. With this being the case, there wasn't much I could do besides lay down a few traps at some of the duct openings. When I went down to the basement, I also noticed that there were some more noises coming from the storeroom. It's possible that the pests are probably nesting in there. If only someone hadn't gone and lost the darn key, I could get in there and get rid of them. It's a good thing there isn't anything important in there, otherwise we'd have to literally break down the door to get in. Shit. See? I made the wrong turn. So it didn't work. Just have to remember exactly where you're going, or you're gonna die. And like after a few times of dying, it's not scary anymore. It's just annoying. Nothing but a broom and dustpan inside. Use the toolbox key. There are a few tools inside the toolbox. Who would have thought? Took a pair of wire cutters. I know. That reminds me of the creepypasta where the guy's sleeping and pretending to be asleep, and he sees a monster like killing his parents or something, and then the monster just like smiles and writes something on the wall and walks out, and he looks at the wall and it says, "I know you're awake." Many of the fantasy-themed books are quite thick. Although here he just walked away. Biographies. You don't recognize very many of the people they're about. There isn't much of a selection of horror-themed literature here. Maybe it's because all the books are on the floor. There is nothing of interest on the board. A decent amount of historic fiction is kept in this section. Many mystery novels by various authors are here. All sorts of different encyclopedias are neatly arranged on the shelf. This computer has been turned on. There is a prompt to enter a password on the screen. We don't know the password. The password was incorrect. There is a memo here. 6 letters, 4 numbers, with 10 in total. Some books about computer science and engineering. A small amount of books on poetry. The romance section. Many of the spines are colorful. Why do they have a romance section at the high school? Like, I know there would, like, be romance in, like, young adult books, but you don't, like, denote an entire section to romance. I don't know, I just find that very funny. Science fiction. They only seem to have works by popular authors. Many large books that collect works of classic literature. Books on nature and various species of animals. An assortment of adventure novels. A collection of tales you remember from when you were younger. The Little Red Riding Hood, The Three Little Pigs, The Tortoise and the Hare, etc. Why are those in a high school? We don't know much about this protagonist. I think we could see a good way of explaining more about her, just to like give her a little depth, would be like to say like looking at a shelf and being like, these books are really big and complicated and they hurt my brain, or looking at the science fiction and section and being like, oh, they don't even have the book by my favorite author, blank. What did I get? Wire cutters. Okay. Use the wire cutters on the door. There are some student profiles here. Will you look at them? It looks like there is one about Emma. Read. Emma always seems as though she has a limitless source of energy. Even on the start of a Monday morning, she'll show up bright and early with more cheer than the rest of her class combined. Ironically enough, she's always hanging around the two students that are her complete opposite in terms of personality, Harriet and Mason. Harriet has always been the quiet and shy type since I first saw her in her freshman year, and ever since Mason transferred in, he's been pretty reserved and tries to keep to himself. I guess Emma couldn't stand the two of them acting so antisocial all the time, so she took it upon herself to become friends with them. Although seeing her make those two open up really makes me glad to have her as a student. A part of me could live without her constant rants about the occult, though. Again, just a little something like that gives more depth to our character. I'm not expecting, like super in-depth characters from an RPG Maker horror game, although I would not be opposed to that, but just little stuff that makes us care about the characters more. There's a plush toy here. There is something written here. Login password citrus something. It looks like a part of it is missing. There's nothing of use inside the desk. I keep forgetting when he's gonna show up again. I think you can't... You can't get in there no matter what. Discarded the wire cutters. Login password 3681. That's not... doesn't have 10 spaces. Login password 899. That's not what we found. Login password 6284. So it's Citrus 6284. I think I can remember that. Password worked. The desktop background has been changed with words being displayed on it. On the shelf directly to the right, look behind the books on the bottom. You search the bottom shelf. There was a key behind the books. Another key! Picked up basement storage key. Oh. Duh, the reason I couldn't go through that door was because we had to go around. I forgot it was the same door. It's full of old dust-covered school supplies. A shelf has fallen over here. Oh no! It's getting scarier. I love that little face. It's cute. Keep out. The door's locked. Well, it says keep out. Door is locked. The door is unlocked. You can get outside from here. You need to go back and get Emma first. Do we? You shouldn't leave Emma behind. Okay, well, let's go back and get her. Said wait, come back. If you didn't catch that. Wait. Dead end? Oh, it's so we can't use the hiding spot again. Okay. Where did I leave Emma? I've lost her.
Harriet! Huh? You found a way out of here? You have no idea how glad I am to hear that. Let's get out of here and call for help as soon as we can.
Emma has joined you. Ba-ba-da!
Huh? This place? Isn't this the old classroom building? I had no idea that there was a way into it from the school. What was that? Ah! Ow! That really hurt. Hey, Harriet, are you there? I'm okay. It wasn't that high of a drop. Although, it doesn't look like there's any way for me to climb back up. Hang on. I think I see a door over here. No, it's locked. Please, Harriet, come get me out of here before that monster shows up.
You need to get to her. Or we could just leave. Are you going to leave without Emma? Really? Harriet ran away from the school as fast as she could. After she was able to call for help, the police arrived at the school and stormed both buildings in search of the masked man. Although evidence of his horrific handiwork was found, he had long since fled. In addition to that, nobody could find any sign of Emma anywhere. No arrests were ever made, and the fate of Harriet's friend remains a mystery to this day. End 1. Coward. So there's 3 endings. This is the bad end. Then there's the normal one and then the true end. I'm going to show you all of them. The game calls you a coward, but Harriet was the one who was like, I don't want you to... I'm too scared. So you go look for an exit while I hide in here. There's no knob on this door. You can't open it. The floor is collapsed here. You can't get across. The door's locked. The locker looks old and dusty. Look inside. There is a key hanging from a string inside. Another key. Picked up old building key. Scared the shit out of me. Huh? There's a strange-looking statue here. You can see 2 empty indentations where its eyes should be. There are many pictures of young girls here. Most of them are wearing the same uniform as you. A calendar is here. Many of the days of each month are circled. You don't know why. A garbage bag. It's giving off a horrible stench. There is an old newspaper here. Read. 2 students missing. Authorities are at a loss after the recent disappearance of 2 female high school students. The pair were last seen walking home from school together on Friday afternoon of last week. Both were expected to be heading straight home that day, and according to their parents, it's incredibly unlike them to go somewhere for a prolonged period of time without contacting someone first. Police have extensively searched the girls' usual route that they take home, but haven't found any clues as to what happened to them. Anyone who has seen either of these 2 girls or has any information pertaining to their whereabouts is asked to contact police immediately. This looks like a uniform from your school. It's covered with blood in some places. This garbage bag has some blood on it. Look inside. It's filled with dead animals. You can see something else here. Picked up a blue stone. There is no knob on this side of the door. The door is still open. Get out now! Just have to make sure you kind of lead him around. You close the door. He shouldn't be able to open it from the other side now. You don't want to go back in there. The door is boarded up. You don't have anything that could get the boards off. The door is locked. There is something on the wall next to the door. There is some kind of card reader here. It looks new and out of place. Discarded the old building key. The drawers are filled with nothing but dust. It's filled with old documents related to the school. None of it is important to you. There is something here. Picked up a blue stone. You inserted one of the blue stones into the statue. You inserted one of the blue stones into the statue. Ah. The statue's mouth opened. There is something shiny inside of it. Picked up a mystery key! Another key! So many keys. The door is boarded up. You don't have anything that could get the boards off. There is a key card on the table. Picked up key card. Some kind of bedding is here. There are some class schedules taped to the wall here. The wall is covered with many pictures of the same woman. The name Marina Lily is scribbled on some of them. is filled with empty food wrappers and garbage. Hi. Use the key card. Bing bong. The door is now unlocked. The garbage bag smells horrible. You didn't think it was possible for something to smell this bad. I need to examine everything. I have gamer disease. There's something on the table. Picked up doorknob. Whoopsie. The window has been smashed. You don't see anyone in the room anymore. You still don't want to go back in there, but we have a doorknob now. There is a crowbar inside of here. Will you take it? You removed the boards with the crowbar. Completely empty. Whoops. The door is locked. There is something on the desk. Read. Do you think I'm stupid? Do you honestly think I have no idea what you did? The whole town went insane when those two girls disappeared, and just when things were calming down, a teacher up and vanishes, and it starts all over again. Do you have any idea how lucky we are that the cops haven't gotten into the building yet? If they happened to want to look in there, even I couldn't do anything to stop it. For once in your life, do what I fucking tell you to do and stay out of sight. And if anyone from my school goes missing again, then there's going to be an extra body rotting away in that basement. There's a key inside of here. Picked up building storage key. You should be able to reach Emma with this. There's one problem. The door is locked. Maintenance tunnels. Ha ha ha, you can't scare me, game. Very good sound design, very good scares. Very good grasp on horror. Oh, that shouldn't have scared me, but it did. Get back here. There is a mark on the wall pointing at this hole. Looking closely, you can see something in the hole, but you can't reach it with your hands alone. Another key! Picked up maintenance key. There is something on the ground. That's beautiful. I like how it only happens once. The wood is falling apart on the inside. He's right there. There's nothing inside. Seems like Harriet has like balls of steel. There is a notebook here. Read. I don't know what to do anymore. Everything's become so helpless, and I don't think we're going to get out of here alive. There aren't any windows down here, and I have no idea how many days it's been. We're both really tired now, and I just wish we could have something to eat. Kay is really scared and can't stop crying. I keep trying to comfort her, but I never end up helping much. There is more. Keep reading. Earlier, I woke up to find that Kay was missing. I wandered around for a while, but I couldn't find any sign of her. That was until I heard her screaming. It sounded like it came from above outside of this place, but that couldn't be right. We must have tried the door 1,000 times by now, and we couldn't get it to budge. My whole body can't stop trembling right now. I just really need to rest. I'll have another look around later. There's one more entry. Keep reading. I tried going to the door again. If I had any energy left, I probably would have screamed at what I found there. It was him, the one that locked us in here. He stared at me but didn't move. All he did was just stand there with his back to the door. I left, but he didn't follow after me. It doesn't matter, though. I know he'll be coming for me soon. He's well aware that I don't have the strength to get past him. The rest of the pages are blank. The locker's filled with various maintenance tools. There's something here you could use. Picked up a hook and some string. He's gone! Shit! Let me out. Were the marks on the wall here before? You lowered the hook into the hole with the string. You pulled a key from out of the hole. Oh, what a surprise. The door won't open. The door won't open. That happens every time. That automatically puts you. No one is going to save you. Use the building's storage key.
Harriet? I'm so happy to see that you're okay. Let's hurry up and finally get out of here. That maniac could show up at any second. Here we are. We're just about home free at this point. We need to get out and call the police right away.
Harriet and I both ran away from the school. We went to the nearest house we could find and then pounded on the door until someone answered. After explaining what had just happened, we were able to call the police. We spent the next few hours telling our story over and over to an officer as both of the buildings in the surrounding area were searched. They found so many disturbing things in that old building. So many things that I wish I could just forget about. In the end, though, the masked man was never found. It was never known who he was or why he did what he did. But on the night that we escaped from that place, there will always be one thing that would always stick with both me and Harriet. After the police had finished their search, we were told something unsettling. No matter where they looked, they couldn't find Mason's body. N2, Into the Night. So that is the normal end. Now we are going to get the true end. Alright, in order to get the true end, remember there's another door. Another door with the, what's it called? The boards on it that we haven't opened yet. There is something on the ground. Marina's diary. December 28th. I'm just about all caught up on my work now. It's about time too. I still haven't had time to go out and get some shopping done. It would seem pretty thoughtless of me if I didn't have a gift ready on time. I'll go out after school tomorrow and pick something out. I know my cousin isn't picky, but I don't want to just get anything. There is more. Continue reading. January 6th. Lately, I've been feeling a bit uneasy when I stay late at work. I don't know what it is, but whenever I'm walking down the halls or heading to my car, I get a creepy feeling like I'm being watched. I'm probably just paranoid because of it getting dark. I really ought to stop being so childish. There is more. Continue reading. January 10th. I'm getting a little creeped out. I've heard some of the teachers talking about seeing someone suspicious near the school grounds. Ever since what happened last year with those two girls, we've been taking things like this very seriously. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to do much about this person as they always run away when spotted. I really hope the police do something about this soon. There is one more entry. Continue reading. January 16th. I'm really looking forward to later this week. There's been a bit of tension at work because of what's been going on lately. I really just want to forget about it and relax for a while. Just in time, too. My cousin's birthday is almost here. I finally decided on a gift, too. I remember when she was younger, she used to love this one kids show. It was one of those really cheesy ones where they had actors inside suits that made them look like oversized cartoon animals. After some browsing around, I found a plush toy of one of the characters from the show. It was this cute little turtle with a big goofy smile on its face. I couldn't even believe I found it. I can't wait to give it to her. I'm sure Harriet will love it. Oh. See you soon. The rest of the pages are blank. Oh, I forgot one thing. When you continue the game after that mandatory game over, if you look at in your inventory, I think that's when it happens. It'll be a bloody letter, and if you look in it, it says no one is going to save you. There is nothing you can do for her now. There is a plush toy here. Why don't you just take it? It's yours. Wait. There's a suitcase here. It's locked. A note has been left on the table. I left you something back in the library. I think it would be in your best interest to go and get it. Could leave right now, but... Now remember the route. We have to remember the route here. A garbage bag. Goodbye. Ready for the best part of the game? Save. The door won't open. There is a key on the ground. Picked up suitcase key. I'm just dreading this part. Damn it! You have to remember exactly where you're going or it won't fucking work. Now the thing about this is it could be a really creepy, like, poignant scene. And it is the first time you're being chased, but then the other 10 times when you just, like, get caught on a corner and you have to go such a long way. You have to, like, remember which direction you're going into because, like, damn it. Ugh. Unlock the suitcase. How'd it get inside? It's time to find Emma and leave.
Harriet? Are you okay? I just heard gunshots a second ago. We need to get going now. It's too dangerous to be here for even a second longer. Here we are. We're just about home free at this point. We need to get out and call the police right away.
Harry and I both ran away from the school. We went to the nearest house we could find and then pounded on the door until someone answered. After explaining what had just happened, we were able to call the police. We spent the next few hours telling our story over and over to an officer as both of the buildings in the surrounding area were searched. They found so many disturbing things in that old building. So many things that I wish I could just forget about. Tonight would forever be the most horrifying night of our lives. Elsewhere. Hello? What is it? Well, Jeeves, it's about time. I've been trying to get through to you all night. Why weren't you picking up? Well, it's a bit of a bit difficult to do that when you're out cold and on the floor. So it was true. That nut job actually got the drop on you, huh? Are you okay? From what I hear, those girls are saying it looked pretty messy. I'm fine. My head hurts like hell, but I'll live. Most of that blood was leaking out some trash bag he was carrying with him. Right. Well, from what we've been finding in the bags in that building, you're probably gonna want to throw out those clothes later. As if I wasn't going to already. Speaking of which, it's about time you idiots finally decided to look in there. Oh, I just realized! The letter said, I'll show you my favorite flower because her name was Marina Lily. Okay. I told you that place would be a goldmine of evidence. Yeah, unfortunately, gut feelings aren't enough to get warrants. But it doesn't matter now. Not only did we find the bodies, but we've also finally got proof of what we suspected for a while. I see. Has the principal been arrested? Yep, he's in custody right now. And his son? Unfortunately, no. We couldn't find him anywhere. He probably ran away after those girls got out of there. Damn it. Don't worry, we've got checkpoints and roadblocks everywhere. I doubt he'll get far. At the very least, he was kind enough to leave us the proof we needed. That principal is going to be going away for a long time for his role in those incidents. It's about time. By the way, there's been something I've been meaning to ask you. What is it? Well, one of those girls, Harriet I think it was, says she found a gun inside of the building. Any idea where it came from? Why, I wouldn't have a clue. After all, I wasn't authorized to carry a firearm while at school, remember? In that case, I guess you're lucky you're not the one who found it. Otherwise, you might have had a lot to explain. And another thing, if you... Huh? What's that? Is something wrong? I just heard back from HQ. Apparently, after the principal was arrested, he broke down and told us everything, including something we were completely unaware of. And that would be... This is gonna sound unbelievable, but the guy searching inside just confirmed it by finding the body. The principal says he killed his son months ago. What in the... He says that not long after that teacher was taken, he says it became too much of a risk to keep him alive. Are we absolutely certain that it's his body? Well, for some reason the head is missing, and we're currently waiting on DNA tests, but the body seems to be the right size and build. And even so, it wouldn't make any sense for him to lie about that at this point. But then who was... He was shot, wasn't he? Check the blood that was left at the scene. Yeah, that was their first thought too, but when they went to where that girl said she shot him, there wasn't any blood to be found. Anyways, it's gonna be a long night of paperwork after this. I'm gonna have to let you go. Alright, I'll get back to you later. I think you might have gotten a bit more than you bargained for, Emma. It's funny because she's traumatized now. Well, it was fun while it lasted, but I guess I'm done with high school again. A shame I can't give a proper goodbye. What the hell? What the hell was up with that? Is he a vampire? That's my theory. I think he's a vampire. End. 3. Truth. So yeah, I really like this game. A bunch of very, very good horror moments, and it could be made totally better by just a few little fixes that I mentioned, throughout my Let's Play. I think Pikasprey has a very, very good grasp on horror, and I would love to see another game by them. So, I hope you all enjoyed my Let's Play of Turtlehead, and I will see you next time.